and like then the turtle, and then 2 characters, one of whom has my ice damage. It's like sort of like some kind of goofy, you know, swap out AA, swap out kind of business. Like you're done, which was a little annoying, but you know, that's just kind of the way the fight goes sometimes. I did actually do a non-FR. Oh no, sorry, Baby Blart did a non-FR run of this fight. That's the bit that I'm doing now. Is anytime I do a non-FR run, I credit it to Baby Blart. Get for that pedigree, which was actually a lot of fun. It was a Terra kind of situation. It was Terra, Kane, Garnet, and then like Selfie. Pay dividends for those of you who pulled RCLO.
That HP silence, man.
Yeah, no, it's really that's, you know, she just does so much. We're not here to talk about Arciela, but man, Arciela. Then we got the you know, she has the HP silence, the brave gain off, the healing, the bugged auras. People talk about like you know, the bugs, you know, the exploits of Cam. Like Hope and Arciela had like that double bugged attack aura for like years now. Yeah, reality clears is pretty pulled that.
Oh, it's not working.
And D-Knight in chat, yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Billie Eilish. I've been testing my upload speed all day. It's been fine. It was just a fluke.
So that we can send you guys all over there.
I don't know why I was trying to speak over you while you were saying that. I guess I'm just on a roll tonight. Yeah, no need to worry about that D-Knight.
It is.
Chronicles is live. We will hop on over there.
And it is their 200th episode.
I think we're listening to the live stream. Yeah. We are. This is the epised 200
the fight.
free stream.
Put the live stream on.
They're listening to it.
Judge them. Yeah, we're just gonna judge them. We'll just comment over their comments.
Yeah, no, they're talking right now. I have the audio in the background of the pre-show.
Okay.
I added some music, so it's better with music. Raw Life is using Kam'lanaut on the 6-man, and he's like 30 turns in already. Like,
is he? I don't see Cam. Oh, I guess he swapped him out.
He swapped Cam out.
I liked the push and pull.
I don't know why he swapped Cam out, but he did.
Because you have to think
his Cam, maybe his Cam isn't max.
If you're not pushing them all the way out, when to give them turns. If you're
oh yeah, he used Kane's FR. Okay.
When to and which one to.
That's
give
a terrible idea. Why did he use Kane's
like
FR?
said,
So maybe his Kane. No, he said he pulled for Cam and maxed him out.
It definitely asked some questions.
I wasn't paying too close of attention. Now he's got Ramza, Zidane, and.
Very true. It was funny. I think I killed the turtle the first time every time just because.
Oh yeah, Ramza and Zidane can do the launches. Yeah, that makes sense.
First because like whatever strategy I was
Ooh, he's got it up to 239%. Oh, he doesn't have Cam BT. So who cares? You don't need Cam BT.
I mean, the line they're both scary in their own way, but
not to. I mean, make use of the FR, right? You don't need the BT. I mean, it's nice, obviously. Good to BT.
Does it now?
I believe so, man.
Good BT, man.
We'll be back on Monday.
Going back on Monday. Everybody, check out the live stream. Live stream Defo.
I want to say we have
Raw Life, Blartanian, Blind Eye. Blind Eye had to go to bed. I mean, I don't know what he had to do. He may have had to go sell crack for all I know. I don't know who he is. I'm not in his business.
Is taking a week,
I'm not in his business.
For health and safety reasons. She's just relaxing and enjoying her summer.
Yeah, Cross 13 breaking 1K on the YouTubes? Or the Twitters? Was that or Twitch? Not the Twitters. 1,000 subs on Twitter. YouTube, right? Yeah, that was YouTube. Either way, congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, either way, we'll be back next week. As you can see here, this fight took me a while.
We're going to start
with the Cam cheese. It's
in a minute.
Pretty much,
episode 200.
If not quick.
This is the pre-show. Welcome. Welcome to the 200th pre-show. I shouldn't say that. Pre-show. I shouldn't say welcome to the 200th pre-show because I don't recall if we Thank you, Livestream Defo, for the raid. I didn't expect you to come just watching you. You sent me to myself. Great show, Livestream Defo, Raw Life, Blind Eye, and Blartanian were there. Blartanian with the resub for 18 months. Woohoo! Howdy, gang! Congrats on 200 episodes. Yeah, I do not know. This is not the live stream. Well, this is not the live stream. I do not know if we had 200 pre-shows. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, you can raid another person and it shoots your people to them. Yeah. 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 That's how it goes. That's how it works. That's how it works, man. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? 200 episodes high. We have never... Why Rebirth? Because we've never done this before. Indolent Lard. It's a different reality. Alternate reality. This is a new timeline where episode 200 has never happened. And it's going to be great. It's not going to have problems, Comcast. Freaking Comcast. Reality Theorist, I am glad you were here even if you have to go. Gotta be at work at 4 a.m. Get to bed. Get some sleep, man. Yeah, I blame Yoshi P. I do. 100%. I blame this sick tune. Yeah, Comcast, man. Comcast, man. Ooh, 5G home. Just get my own. Used to think about having T1 lines. Been a while. The Comcast podcast. This podcast is not brought to you by Comcast. They suck and I hate them. Although we hate every internet company, don't we? But we love the internet. Such is the paradox of man. Fat Cat by abstraction. Shout out to Fat Cat by abstraction. Whatever the hell this is. We hate everything. We do. I hate everything about you. Great song. Great song. I think Raw Life sang that in his Taylor Swift cover band. If I got that correct. Spooky. Sub goal to pull dash. No, thank you. No, thank you. I already got Braska. I already got one stinker. We do need to do a poll. We need to do a poll on which crap piece of shit character I'm going to pull next month for a sub goal. So be thinking about that. Maybe we'll do that on Discord. Maybe we'll do it on Twitter, on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it right now if Poto Cedar wants to put together a poll. Like what stinker can I pull for next month? What are even? Yeah, Fujin's on there. Fujin's on there. Affirmative. I love Fujin. How could you guys hate on Fujin? Blue Jin. Is she a thrown weapon? Oh damn, she's a thrown weapon. Ursula. There's some good ones next month. Fujin, Ursula. What are the BTs next month? Gabranth. Gabranth's the first one. Ugh.
Is Yuri one of them?
Gabranth and Yuri. Is he the second one? I don't know.
Damn, back to not pulling. After pulling for like 7 months straight.
Exactly. Yeah, let's look at the timeline in the pre-show. Yeah, Gabranth, Ursula, Fujin, Charlotta RF. Charlotta's good, right? Charlotta BTFR.
Oh yeah.
Then Reno, I'm gonna pull for Reno, and then Cloud of Darkness next month. So yeah, it's probably gonna be like Fujin or Ursula. So it's Fujin. Yeah, it's Fujin, isn't it? Like we don't even have to do a poll, do we? It's freaking Fujin. because I'm gonna pull Reno. So Reno's FR partner is one of my favorite characters. So pull for it. Oh, hey, are we ready? Oh, I'm getting tired. Oh,
yeah. So we're running back. I forgot what news we talked about last time before we got cut off, but we're running back like
it's doing everything.
Jecht and Braska and every. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we remember the news items.
Yeah.
I fucking don't.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't change the outline, man. We're all good. We're all good. Let me stop the music.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Hey, let's get some some hype in the chat room. Chatty chats. Let's start the show. Let me get that out of my cough button. Cough button. I do have a cough button I never use. Hey, let's...
Wait, you do?
Yeah, I do have a cough button here.
What the? That's nice. That's fancy.
Oh, no, that mutes it for both you and the chat. I was coughing. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do have a cough button. It's really accessible. I have a new microphone. I guess you probably didn't notice that. I do have a new microphone. I got earlier this year. Theologica Gaming, thank you for the subscription. Brand new episode 200 alternate timeline hype. That's a lot of episodes. All right, let's start the show in 5, 4, 3. Hold on to your eardrums, people. 2. Welcome, everyone, to episode 200 of the Crystal Chronicles, your Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast, the first Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast to reach 200 episodes. Thank you for the accolades, for the applause in the background. We are so grateful to have continued to do this over 4 years now, bringing you every week or some other times 200 episodes of this, your Defo podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by the man who has been with me most of those 200 episodes, and it is Mino Spellgood. Mino, how are you doing?
So, chat's very lucky because this is an off day for us, Monday. Yeah. We never fucking do these Mondays. I'm drunk. So I think there's only 2 occasions that I stay sober for on a weeknight. That's the podcast. The podcast and
dinner with your parents.
No, I drink for that. I'm trying to remember. What's the second thing? I had a second thing. Oh, right. Rating. FF14 rating. Right. Those are the only 2 things I stay sober for. I drink before family dinners. I drink before dates. I drink before interviews. So, you know, like, I mean, you've noticed it, right, Mark? I've been pretty professional this last year,
yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, very professional.
But I wasn't expecting Monday, so I'm already drunk.
Yeah, that must be why I'm not very good at Final Fantasy 14, because I drink a lot on Monday night. So, yeah, that's not true. I'm just bad. Hey, this episode, episode 200, the first of the episode 200s you've ever listened to, I've ever done, is brought to you by our good friends at Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com, bringing you all your body grooming needs. Whether you're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0 complete body hair trimmer or the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, whether you're going to get some ball deodorant or toner or just a good set of underwear, they got you covered. Manscaped.com. Check them out. Watch the videos. Mino and I have talked about it. We've used their products. Great products. High quality. Inexpensive. And you can save even more if you do TCC Pod, TCC POD at checkout for 20% off your entire order.
Speaking of Manscaped, I started using the nose hair clippers. I think I'm reaching that age mark where my nose hairs are outgrowing my nose.
Yep.
It's finally happened, and you know what? I got a second
Manscaped awesome
product. I'd love to endorse.
Awesome.
I'd love to endorse. Amazingly convenient. I tried with traditional scissors and I stabbed myself. So get yourselves a nose hair clipper, please.
Yeah. The weed whacker. Done. Zip, done. You know how annoying like a nose hair coming out of your nose is? Super annoying. We don't get time for that.
It's so bad.
You're trying to like get it. No. Done, folks. Manscaped.com. Not regular scissors. Like crafting scissors. Kitchen scissors, like meat scissors. Cut my nose off. Hey, friends. You may not have heard the news. Breaking news. The NF ticket cap has been reached and expanded beyond our wildest dreams. Those new type of tickets, the multi-draw tickets that you can exchange from gems to tickets to get under the ticket or the gem cap, you can now have more than 999. You can have 99,999 tickets, NF tickets, multi-draw tickets. Wow. So all of you who were at that 5 million gem point and couldn't hold any more tickets, although you'd need to have you'd need to have like 10 million gems for it to be a problem, and then it really wouldn't be a problem. But thank you Squex for just shooting that gem cap thing out the window and giving us a ticket cap to exceed our expectations. Now get us a regular ticket cap of 99,999 or a like artifact token cap or some other cap. Like just everything is 99,999 Squex. Make it even keel across the board except for gold. Make that cap even higher, 99 billion. Mino, what do you got to say about that?
Great quality of life. I'm not sure if it was needed, but I'm not going to complain when they make things easier for the player, right? Like, I don't think that anyone's going to theoretically ever hit that cap, but increasing it, why not? And also, if nothing else, it shuts up all those people that said that they needed to reduce the number of digits in the gem count because it was taxing the DeFo servers too much.
Yeah.
So, there's always that. And investigative reporter as I am, I went to main cord to try to look for a reason why they implemented this. And I found, shout out to Krugen on main cord, who said, apparently some people easily reached 999 tickets, so they made an unobtainable number of tickets as the cap. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would spend that much. To which Josh responded, I'd advise you to please share proof before stating something as fact, as this sounds like the spreading of misinformation to me. I just found that hilarious.
Yeah.
And dived into it. So thank you, Krugen and Maincord, for continually proving Mark and I right when we say that this community fucking sucks ass.
Yes. And thank you, community manager Joshua, for managing the community in that particular situation. Woo! Hey, well, if you don't have enough NF tickets to impress your friends, now you have this wonderful little crystal next to your name, next to your icon, on the other side of your Dimensions end plate and your rank plate, to tell that you are just a little bit better than everybody else because you have completed 6 warrior content, and so you get the 6 warrior blue crystal. You don't see it in co-op, but you see it when you shoot up, and you'll be like, yes, I completed it. You didn't, you person that doesn't have Kam'lanaut, and I am therefore superior to you. So look for another wonderful little thing just to show our superiority. Mino, any thoughts about the new 6 warrior complete icon?
I think we said this last week.
We never. This is our first episode 200.
Yeah. I scratched that. We didn't say this last week, but if we did, I would say the crystal's hilarious because it makes it so busy now. We have the long ass name, Mark TCC podcast. Most gotchas don't let
I
you
have
a
the
name that long.
longest name.
Yeah,
yes.
most gotchas don't let you have. I can't even put Mino spell good in most gotchas. And then the badge, and then the crystal, and then the rank plate. So it's really fun to see in co-op, but also just as an acknowledgement, the crystal does change as more 6-mans come out, just like the plates and everything. So the more you complete it, the fancier and shinier your crystal gets.
Mino, when was the last time you bought a status icon badge?
Like with the badge point?
Yeah, with your badge points.
Man, I can't remember. I think I have a stockpile of points, but I'm not a glamour guy, right? Like, you should be answering that question, Mark. I very famously don't care about this stuff.
I bought that one, and I have not bought any others.
Really? Okay, I'm a little surprised because I know you like your glamour.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Like those costumes.
You don't care about the badges at well. I guess
I got the perfect badge.
TCC, right?
Yeah, I got the perfect badge.
TCC.
Got the perfect badge. You don't need any others till they make a specific badge like content creator badges. Like, this is it. It's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you, Squex, for that official TCC in-game badge. Rep TCC with your Moogle badge, everybody. Hey, we also got rewards for the retweet campaign, so more stuff for us. More stuff for the great version of the game. Hopefully you got a little bit more of the hyper power stones and more shards for your force enhancement boards. A little bit of everything there from those retweet campaigns. So thank you, Squex, for more free stuff. We always appreciate it. And I appreciate being to level more characters, obviously. Well, let's get into the content. We have a couple things tonight before the new event drops, which we'll probably wait till Thursday to talk about. But as exciting as it be. And we'll have another new event on Thursday as well. But we need to talk about Act 3, Chapter 8, Part 2. The story of Jecht, Braska, and Orin with their friends overcoming all kinds of stuff. Now, I know, Mino, you actually read the story this time, and you had some opinions about it.
Yeah, very good story. I said this is what crossover and fan service and defo should be used for. Best written chapter. I advise everyone to go read it. I feel like these all-star Dreamcast crossovers are made for this because basically, spoiler alert, it revolves around the original FF10 trio, Braska, Jecht, and Orin, and in their game, they were kind of legends of the past that shaped everything that came after, but you don't really see their story, right? You just see flashbacks, and they're mentioned in passing, and FF10's about their kids dealing with their legacy and their death, and now they actually get to interact with their kids, and it's beautiful. I think it's great, and it's about old people / dead people kind of dealing with looking back, right? Retrospective. Very, very fun stuff. What did you think, Mark?
Yeah, no, I really liked this story. It was a little jarring coming from the Cryol the Cryol intersecting wills where we were saving chocobos and trying to hook them up and stuff. So it was a little bit, yeah, I think the writing was a little bit stronger than maybe some of the other writing we've had in the game. But yeah, the interactions with characters that weren't able to interact before was really, really quite cool. And I love that trio anyway. I enjoyed those flashback scenes from Final Fantasy X, and Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite of the franchise, and a great game in general. So yeah, very, very cool. Orin's daughter and Opera Omnia win. Yeah, so very cool. But let's get to the actual characters quickly from this particular story. And that would be Jecht, who comes back with his C90. He can now equip an ultimate weapon. And there's that. He doesn't get a new weapon. He already had his BT+, he already had his LD and everything else, but he can't equip that ultimate weapon. It does get a little bit of an upgrade as well. More dumps, more damage. Mino, in playing with Jecht now for a little while, how do you feel his current iteration is? Is he a little weaker than the other damage dealers we have, or is he doing decent enough damage?
Definitely weaker. A little disappointed, but it's okay. He's got his FR coming up in the future someday, maybe. my my self-admitted copium is if Kam'lanaut didn't happen and FR has remained untouched, Braska's fire bonus is pretty good, and no one better to take advantage of it than Jecht. I can't think of a better fire attacker than Jecht, who does decent damage, can turn hog. I guess if you really wanted to play well, you could take most of those 10 force time turns and really crank up that percentage. But like we said, Cam does exist, so you can't ignore that.
Yeah.
So Jecht is probably going onto the bench right after this event for me.
Well, the nice thing Jecht has when it comes to interacting with Braska, as opposed to VV or Paplamo, is Jecht has a burst, so he can go into a burst phase after Braska hits his FR, right? And take advantage of running that up. So I mean, it's something. Like it's not a lot, but it's something. If you really do want to make the most of using these three old dudes, if you are a big fan of those characters. So, but you need a lot more effort for Kam'lanaut. He's real hard to play. So, well, we're going to talk a lot about Kam'lanaut, much more than we're going to talk about the brand new character that we got, Final Fantasy X's Lord Braska, also known as Yuna's dad, who we saw in a few flashbacks and didn't get nearly as much screen time as Jecht and Auron in Final Fantasy X. So we don't know much about him, besides he was kind of this dude who was cool and everybody liked, and he was a summoner. And that's what he does in this game. He summons stuff, and he summons Jecht, because that's what he did in the game, spoilers. But he is a healer, he is a battery, he is a supporter, he does magic damage. His skill 1 is the big cure spell, Curaga, that heals the party, batteries the party, it's free turn. Skill 2 is the damage ability. The EX is going to do his, both EX and LD do the fire resist down. They do big damage, brave gains. What else? Besides that, it's going to be his FR, which is in FR, in force time, is going to be increased by fire damage, brave fire damage, or if the acting person is their HP is 100% or more, the gauge will tick up, or the HP damage will tick up, or if they do fire damage, the HP damage will tick up. And so that is how to make the best use of Braska. I have him fully kitted because all of you made me pull for him. I've enjoyed using him. I've used him in all the content thus far. I'll probably use him on this content tonight. We'll see how that works. I may not be able to, but I've enjoyed him. He's not super complicated. And you just need to have people who can do fire damage, or you use Ignis, or you use Lulu, or you use both their calls. And you can use both their calls to which fire enchant the character or the party, or both. So yeah, not bad. He's not great. His FR is better than Kane's FR, I guess, which is something. It's probably better than Desh's, right? Like, if you had to rate the FRs this month, it's probably Kam'lanaut and a big well, Tidus, Kam'lanaut, Tidus, and then a big gap, and then Braska is probably there around the same realm as Kryl. And then Desh and Kane are a little bit lower. So, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying he's not the worst. And that's something. That's something. What are your thoughts? I know you have Braska too.
So in defense of Braska, first is did we mention his overdrive mechanic?
Oh no, I completely forgot to mention his overdrive mechanic. Yeah, he has an overhead tick every time he takes a turn. Before his turn, it ticks up. When it hits 5, both of his EX and his LD get upgraded to plus versions. His EX gauge fills if it's not filled, so it fills automatically, so you can play around with that to optimize it. And then it ticks down back to 0. But the EX and the LD stay in their plus variant, so you don't really want to hit the LD until he hits it for the first time, and then kind of play it like that. So you're probably going to run out of LD uses, or won't run out of LD uses, though, so you can probably pop one earlier. But yeah, that's kind of the base of the mechanic.
Yeah, in defense of Braska, I guess, so first, it's been a while since we've had a burst healer. All our primary healers recently have been regen healers. The last one I can think of was Mikey Lena back in February, March. So it's been a while. So I mean, he fills that niche. That's nice. His FR is pretty decent. As the first new character releasing with an FR, it makes sense that I guess his kit is carried by the FR. Like I'm not too impressed by his base kit. I don't think his EX or his LD or his S2 do much. Kind of weak AoE damage, right? Or not weak, but not impressive. And so the FR bonus makes him almost worth it. Again, if you don't look ahead and you look backwards to the cycle, his FR bonuses are quite impressive. I think it's 40 naturally for the whole thing, right? So 20 for fire damage, 20 for
15
15
for full HP, 20, so 35.
Which is much bigger than what we've been getting. And then if Cam worked as intended, he'd have about the same percentages. And nope, that's all I have. I really can't. I can't. I'm not going to use this character probably. We were talking about FR gauge chargers. If I had to pick between him and Kryl, I'd probably go Kryl because she has way more utility with enchants and paralyzes and batteries and stuff. But I appreciate the effort, and I did say that including him made a lot of sense in the story, and it created a great narrative. So I don't really dislike that he was included in the game. And it's always nice to have Braska in the game because he's not really playable elsewhere. Maybe FFRK.
Right. Yeah, FFRK.
I guess.
Yeah.
And
not for much longer.
Whereas Red 13 and Riku have a lot more appearances, so they can kind of wait. They can kind of chill.
Yeah.
I'm
right.
Okay with
Come
that.
on.
Yeah.
More Braska. Less Red 13. Nobody likes Red. Except the people that call it by its actual name. Yeah, so we got a fight, too. After the long weaving story and all those things you had to read, you got to fight Braska's final Aeon. Spoilers, it's Jecht. He has 2 phases, which is a surprise if you didn't read the thing before you went into the fight. And you're beating these pagodas, and you can't damage Jecht until you kill the pagodas. You kill them. They only got about 10 million HP each. And then his HP falls really, really fast. And you're like, wow, this is super, super easy. I'm going to burst. I'm going to kill him, done. Summon, kill him, done. And then he heals back all of his HP, and he gets 50 million more HP. And I don't know that he gets that much, but he gets a lot of HP. And the pagodas come back, and they continue to come back, and they never leave because he regenerates them. And then he starts getting a little bit more tricky. And he has some triggered attacks throughout the fight. He uses the jet beam, which can dispel one of your buffs and then put a petrify buff on you for 1 turn. Thankfully, it's not permanent, but it is 1 turn where you're unable to act, which can really suck if he petrifies Orin, who then can't block the incoming attacks because he's petrified. He won't jump in front of anybody if he's petrified. Other than that, you can, I believe, stop the... you can pause the FR gauge if the player uses a fire-based FR attack in Inner's Force time. So Braska's FR stops the FR, pauses the boss's FR gauge. And it gains throughout its FR gauge. It's not terrible like some of the other ones we've had. It just gains brave resistance except for fire attack. So obviously, they want you to bring fire damage to get over the resistance, to stop the force gauge, and then you need to have a little bit of defensive capabilities as you're going in. Now, this was permanent content. This is permanent content, so you could go back and bring Cam if you fully upgraded Cam, maybe make it a little bit easier. You have Ignis, you have Lulu, you have other fire damage dealers, Papalymo, Braska, what we were talking about, Lord, who else did fire damage that I completely forgot about? Vivi does fire damage. There's a couple other characters. Jecht, obviously, to keep that fire damage up and get through that. But you can fire enchant Machina now here in a second, and he's going to burn through things too. So bring Golbez. Yeah. Golbez is great. He's great. I have him green. Super good. Vincent does fire damage. He sure does. I can tell you what I brought. I think. Yeah, I brought Oren and Braska and Kane. It's real easy. Didn't have any problems with this one. Mino, besides the fact that I wasn't prepared and I didn't realize that he was going to heal, so it took a little longer than I anticipated if I would have saved my maybe burst phase. Zonde does fire and dark damage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. No, tons of fire damage dealers.
I got nothing to add. Fun fight.
Yeah, it was fun.
This first cycle had pretty decent fights. No, never mind. Kryle's fight was fucking awful.
It was not great.
So scratch that out. But I fell for the same thing you did, right? Like I saw his HP start going down. I was like, okay, let me just burst and kill him, and then he came back with 10 times more HP. Literally 10 times more HP. So, there's that. I like that. I like those twists for some reason. I must be a masochist.
No, I was excited. Like, oh, this fight isn't easy. I'm going to have to play for a few more turns. And then it died anyway. But, people are saying I brought Gal. If Prish does fire damage, everybody does fire damage, apparently. So there you go. So many options. If you're struggling, hey, TonberryTroupe.com has the infographics, all the deets on the characters. Our friend Excalibur has great infographics. Destroth has some infographics as well. Some team guides, team comps. That is on our Discord under information content. You can just those beautiful infographics all right there. If you're having trouble, you join Discord, you get on our help. Don't be an idiot. You just come in, you say, hey, I've tried this. It's not working. What can I do? People are going to help you. If you come in and say, hey, I've not tried anything. I'm terrified of the game. I've never even played the game. Tell me how to beat it. We're going to probably encourage you to do a little work. But if you are struggling, there are people that are going to help you. And plenty of Team Cops videos, good things out in this community if you are struggling. Well, before we talk about Kam'lanaut, everybody's favorite hyped super character, we do have a supporter corner question, and this question comes from Poto Cedar, our TCC intern, and it is for our podcast supporters. So if you've liked and subbed and become a member on YouTube for 99 cents, or if you followed and subscribed on Twitch, or if you've been gifted one of the many YouTube subs that was gifted last week or a couple weeks ago, or have been gifted a sub on Twitch, guess what? You can join our Discord, hook those things up, and you can answer those questions as well. Oh, I should say, we didn't do the podcast polls. I always forget. Thanks to Quetzalma and J.A, our intern. Odo's our intern. J.A, our mod. Senior mod. He's just been upgraded. CEO of modding, J.A. For the podcast polls, MateriaBot, Quetzalma, thanks to all the good work MateriaBot is doing. But if we look at this, Braska, 7 people across 7 servers, 7 people pitying the BT, which would have been Kane's BT, 12 people actually going for pity, 100,000 gems on the FR on Braska, 4 just going for the LD. I don't know why that's a thing. And 62 using tickets and 72 skipping. Not too bad. Not too bad. As you can imagine, here in a minute, the next one's a lot more people pulling. But yeah, let's talk about that supporter corner question of the week. In co-op, what's your favorite sticker to use? What's your favorite co-op emote, sticker, etc.? JD Terrafor says, I'm confused if the emote is the stickers or use the status badges. So we say that, and he says, with how much I use we from Renoa, this is the sticker that I use. I gotta see who you people are. Sleuth says, I love using that Freya's impressive sarcastically, love spamming it during Cyan call ability or any low damage calls. Lartanian says, conversely, I like to use King's good call whenever someone uses Cyan or Pritch. Mouse, yes, this is Mouse, says, ironically, I use good call in the complete opposite way to Blartanian. How we do it. Final ASIM, I spam Renoa saying hi when people are in the room, but do not press ready. Frank says...
Mark. Is that message from Final ASIM edited? Because if so, we can't violate his privacy by reading the pre... Oh, no. You're good. I just checked it out. It's good. Never mind. You're good, Mark.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Frank says, wait, you can do co-op with other people? You can. It's not encouraged, however. Daniel, and you might get banned if you do it. Daniel says, whichever sticker gets you banned. Yep, there you go. I said, yes, praying canes won't use their inferior. Yeah, that's a whole different situation. Maestro says, my favorites are the Beatrix, Calm Yourself, and Wake Up. Beatrix got great stickers there. Retro Gamer Dad, the one that kind of looks like this. I don't know why people get so mad. And he's got an image of the Brave ++ attack. Bishop says, I'll use Warrior of Lights till next time when other players are using stickers. That's pretty good. Indolent Lard says, Moogle fireworks when a launch happens, or Kura, Jack, Caius, etc. calls were used. Sweet says, I like using X-Death, the laws of the universe mean nothing sticker when someone does something awesome or stupid, or just whatever I feel like it. Yeah, well, that's fair. Blind Eye, if you can guess what Blind Eye likes to use. This is my story from Titus. That's obviously makes a lot of sense for Blind Eye, the Final Fantasy X. Yin says, the wow, you're good. What a surprise sticker from Rel. That is a good one. Crush says, Eldnarsh's farewell sticker, as I use it whenever I have co-op that goes smoothly. Little Freya says, usually Cecil or now Kane stickers. I use Rem a bunch whenever co-ops go well. Lily says, Renoa's attack. Etsuki. And Tudyk says, Kefka, son of a sub, whenever a co-op player is AFK. Telly says, dispose of my companions with no subtext. And Jovial Rider says, Moogle, take that with a snowball. That's a fun sticker as well. Mino, what is your favorite emote to use? Do you use emotes? Stickers?
I'm not a creative type. I think the one sticker I spam is Warrior of Lights Let's Go, because I have plausible deniability that it could be an inspiring let's go instead of you're taking it too long, let's go. And the burst button. The burst sticker. You know, the Mog shouting burst. I actually use that quite a bit in my co-ops.
I use Renoa's and Squall's and Arnea's stickers most frequently. Those are the ones on my opening page. And maybe I have we're ready. And when people are not ready in co-op waiting rooms, and I think I have Beatrix, Calm Yourself when people are being stupid. James has a question on the YouTube. Hey, I have a question about FR weapons. Okay, James. Let us know what it is, and maybe we can answer it. And if we can't, we probably won't lose a lot of sleep over it, but we'll give it a good try. There's probably some smart people in chat. If you want to ask it, go ahead. Why not? Well, as we wait with bated breath for James's question about FR weapons, let's talk about our first official permanent 6 warrior quest. It's got its own tab. It's got its own world. It's very exciting content. I actually really like this. We talked about the beta. It was really, really fun. You can see what team I used there. 3 of those people really didn't get a lot of screen time. I'm going to tell you that. But with this event came Palom, Kamari, and Paladin Cecil getting their C90s and Paladin Cecil's BT+. Palom, ice damage, magic dealer. Kamari, defensive guy, lancer, thing, dragoon, blue mage, whatever he is. He's a very defensive character, defensive support. And Paladin Cecil sucks. So, Mino, any follow-ups on any of those 3 characters?
Nope. Pestle sucks.
Yep, it's terrible. In retrospect, it's not great. Would not suggest investing. Although Palom is fun with I've been using Palom in co-op. Palom with his 5/5 ultimate staff. He is fun in co-op. I wouldn't use him in regular content, but in co-op he's pretty fun.
I think to be fair to Palom, he has the exact same number of dumps and gimmick as Jecht. He's just the ice version.
He is ice damage, and he doesn't have a BT.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people defend Jecht for some reason, but then also trash Palom in the same breath. I don't know. They feel almost exactly the same to me.
Nina, you're struggling with this? Well, hey, hang on to your seats. We'll talk a little bit about it. And then if you're still struggling, come on to the Discord. We'll help you out. The links should be below or in another video or after I add them in to this YouTube video you're watching later. Because they're just on the main page. You can go to our Discord from our main page on YouTube. The big news with this event was Kam'lanaut. Of course, TonberryTroupe.com. You can check out the the infamous Kam'lanaut Infonaut. And this He-Man Kam'lanaut here, Master of the Universe. If you're not familiar with what Kam'lanaut does, he does ice damage. He is a debuffer. He has a stun and paralyze mechanic. Got a lot going on in this kit. Pretty fun. We talked about him before in the LD era. We both used him, both liked him. Now he gets a burst effect, which is really cool. His burst does the normal kind of burst things, gives the burst effects, which are pretty nice. But after any party member attacks, it places a new debuff on the boss called Bondage from Antiquity. 1 turn. The buff is a brave damage taken up. The debuff target cannot act. That's in addition to the paralyze. That's different from paralyze. And it warps the player's next ally to the active turn. So when that boss is done, right, it warps the player. You can tell me a little bit how that works, Mino, since I don't have the BT.
Okay.
And then he gets his FR, and his FR, little broken. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But it ticks up on brave damage that is ice. And it also ticks up if an ally attacks a stunned target on the turn. And we'll talk a little bit about why that's broken, because that doesn't seem broken. It seems pretty simple. Well, yeah, he just like Braska, right? Braska does fire damage, it ticks up. And if the ally is healed, ticks up, and that's what Braska does. So this seems real similar. If somebody does ice damage, ticks up. Cam's the ice guy. And if they attack somebody who's paralyzed, ticks up. Cam has paralyzed. Seems real simple. Mino, you want to talk about how that BT effect works and then why his FR is much more broken than I just made out to be?
Yeah, so let's cover the basics. Ignoring the elephant in the room exploit, I think this is the best iteration of Cam, and it's a very fun iteration. I just don't think anyone's going to be using these traits. First is the consistent paralysis. So one of his changes is that S1 is now a guaranteed paralyze after S2. S2 guarantees it now. It used to be he had to break with it, I believe. And the LD has to hit break or hit a broken target, and now it's a guaranteed paralyze on S1. Oh, no. Wasn't it that he used to have to break with his Brave Plus to get that guaranteed S1?
Yeah, there was something about...
Yeah. The geniuses in chat will be able to tell me. But I remember, because Mark said that we all used Kam'lanaut. That's not true. I love Kam'lanaut, but I think I only used him like 1 or 2 fights.
That's fair. Yeah.
and even though I really liked Kam'lanaut, even I had to admit, just like Shantoto, like the kits are clunky and they're not great. I used him for like 2 or 3 very niche fights, but in general, I remember like the paralyze was very hard to set up. I think you had to break with the Brave Plus and then hit S1 and you paralyzed 1 person. And then now the S1 paralysis is AoE, everybody. And it's guaranteed on S2 no matter what. And it's guaranteed on LD after a break or hitting broken targets. So it's infinitely easy to use.
Yeah, that's so the original classification was on during break with Brave +++ or LD.
Yeah. Okay, right. Okay.
And the +++ was the instant turn, free turn, if breaking.
Yes. I believe he was the first. He was one of the first, if not the first person to have insane Brave refunds. He had insane Brave refunds. And this is situational. He has Addle now, so if he gets attacked, the debuff to magic attack to enemies is massive. I think it totaled to 70%. I don't know if they raised that for the rework, but it was freaking massive, and that's nice. But you're probably not going to be using that much right now in Shinryu these days. And he has delays on his EX, so he actually has a lot of shit going on in his kit. And now the numbers are higher, it's strong. He feels good to use, and his FR now is his BT effect is player side paralysis, which we've never seen except for Desh, and Desh is 25% chance of happening because it's a piece of shit, just like him. But Cam's is guaranteed as long as his BT effect is up, and I might not have done enough research, but I don't think there's any enemies that override that. So while his BT effect is up, I think the enemies just cannot act, even if they can self cleanse or do whatever.
What if if they're immune to debuffs, but we don't have that coming up anytime soon?
You're right.
Or
and even
ever,
if they
right?
are, I'm not even sure if the BT effect overrides that. So, okay. So Cross is saying T10 does ignore that. Okay, that's good to know. But basically, what it is in general a free Omni paralysis. That's why people recommend it with his FR effect, which we'll talk about later. How his BT effect works is it's sort of like how Eldnarsh's warps work. So if an enemy goes, they'll be paralyzed, and then the next ally in line will warp their turn behind that person. So it's basically an Eldnarsh terror and warp, except it applies to everyone, not just Cam. So whoever's the next ally will get warped in, just like Eldnarsh is. It's an interesting effect. I'm not sure how great it is, but it's good to break up rapid enemy turns, right? That's why you use the warp characters. So it's a pretty good BT effect. I think there's some other auras on it. It's really good. So, and then his FR effect, ice and attacking paralyzed enemies we talked about. So, I forgot to mention with Braska. Braska gets a lot of heat for having this big FR bonus on fire attacks, but not party enchanting. But I feel like if everything went according to plan, that's very fair, right? Like his bonus is like 35-40%. Kryl and Kane's were like 10 to 5% on turn. His is like a big fat 40 because like I envision that Shinryu and the Force weapons revolved more about team building. If you built like a team of fire attackers like Jecht with Braska, then you would really hit those percentages rather than just impair. Like that's great. And see, I think it's an unfair criticism because we can see with Cam they clearly intended the same thing, right? Ice is a big bonus, but he can't group enchant ice. Like he just does it himself, so it's trying to benefit him and the paralysis. So the numbers are all good. I feel like if you didn't use the exploit, Cam is still a fine character. Obviously, the exploit was unintended. So if you use Cam as is, great character. Now let's talk about the exploit. This is the rest of the show here.
Let's before we get into that, there's a James did have this question. I just want to clarify from him. As we're talking, we usually don't interrupt for questions, but it's episode 200 and we love you and we will. If you use Kane or like Kam'lanaut's FR in this current event, so like on this 6 warrior fight, does his uptick continue with his conditions, or do you have to use the conditions for the FR of the current event to increase it? FRs are isolated. They don't have anything to do with the fight. So the FR you use is its own conditions based on your team, not necessarily based on the enemy. Now, there are some exceptions. For example, if you're bringing Cam's FR to a fight with paralysis immunity, which there are apparently a couple moving forward, it won't tick up. So in that case, that is on the enemy. But generally speaking, you're not worried about, like, the FR ticks up based around the team that you've built. Now, the enemy force gauge can freeze depending on those conditions, and that's why you need to pay attention to that. So I hope that answers your question. If not, let us know. But FRs are within themselves. They're not. They don't necessarily depend on what's going on. If you bring Cam's FR into the next event, it's the same conditions. It's his conditions. They're on him as a character. All right, Mino. Kam'lanaut's stupid broken, and why is that? Because you can launch. So tell us what that looks like.
All right, this is the rest of the show, and then Mark, I know you have a lot to weigh in as well, but the basics here is, first of all, this is a bug. I really challenge people to say otherwise, because with screenshots and receipts and facts we have in the JP version, when this came out, it was listed under the known bugs list, saying that Kam'lanaut's FR states the condition states that you attack an enemy on turn with an attack command, right? And then it says, but it seems to be going up in launches, even though those aren't on turn commands. So we all know it's supposed to work like Braska's. This is a bug. It's a bug list, and they definitely rolled with it and said, we're just going to allow this to happen. We're just going to change the description like we did with Fang's AA, and we're just going to go with it because this is an error in the player's favor. How you also know that this was unintended is that no other FR works like this.
It doesn't work like this.
Like, there's so many other FRs that have come since that also say attack a enemy with blah 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 whatever. It doesn't work in launch. None of them work in launch. Cam's is the only one that works in launch. I don't know why, and no one else is questioning why the ice effect doesn't work on launch, because right now with Cam, the only thing that works on launch is attacking a paralyzed character. So if you're listening to this and you honestly think that this is not a bug, please PM Poto Cedar to complain. And then but I think you're a fucking idiot. I'm not holding anything back. I'm drinking tonight. And so how this works is, if you launch an enemy with Cam's FR up and they're paralyzed, every follow-up in launch will trigger the 20% increase of attacking a paralyzed enemy. So what this looks like in ideal conditions is you attack the enemy with an ice attack, with Cam or either enchanted, and that's 20%. And then they're stunned. You're hitting a stunned enemy. That's another 20%. So that's 40% for an attack, which is intended. Then, if they go into a launch, each person that hits after is an additional 20% because of the paralysis effect. So basically what that means is you're taking the force bonus up by 80%, which is fucking unheard of at this point. If you're really telling me they intended for Kane and Kryl to tick up the bonus by like 5 to 10 a turn, and then Braska can do it 40 a turn under perfect conditions, and then Kam'lanaut can all of a sudden do 80% on a launch. All right, launch is already fucking busted because you're doing 3 people's dumps, and then you're getting a 30% bonus on top of that, and then an 80% bonus on top of that, and then an increase to the gauge. So you're telling me that they intended for you by week 2 of the Shinryu era to hit 800% on the FR bonus.
Yeah, just to think about that in progression, right? Kane, like, doing on a good day, like by the end of the 10 turns, 200% damage up. Braska, like on a good day, everything perfect conditions, 400% damage up. Cam, 800% damage up. Like, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. 800% HP damage up is a lot of HP damage up. It is so much.
And Cross is saying, like, it's even worse that devs knew they fucked up. I think they could not predict how bad this got. And we have evidence of future interactions that kind of work like this that they squashed pretty fast. So, like, upcoming, it's going to be really interesting to see if these come into GL and then get nerfed later. Because in JP, they came first and then got nerfed later. So, the first instance is in JP, COD's FR increases bonus when there's a delay, right? And so, Garland can delay in a launch when he attacks in a launch. So, Garland was actually increasing that condition during a launch as well. And then they just squashed that. And if Cam really was intended, they wouldn't squash that. But they said increasing the gauge during a launch, like more in a launch, it's too much. Let's cut it out. While, leaving Cam's effective. and then shortly after that, you have Core, who was ticking conditions an extra time on his follow-up. because you know how Core's follow-up is really jank, right?
Yeah.
Like it counts to the total HP damage of his partner, and it's kind of a preemptive, and it goes off when the enemy attacks. So what it was say Braska gave 40% on full HP and a fire attack. Core would tick that twice, right? Because he ticked that on his preemptive and then on his actual attack. And so that lasted about 2 months in JP, and then they shut that down. Said, nope, that's unintentional. We're not going to let Core get away with that anymore. Because that was way too much. So anytime this showed up in the future, maybe because Cam was a fucking terrible lesson, the devs shut it down. And I'm really going to be curious to see if the devs are paying attention and if Josh is doing his job well enough to spy on us and tell them, like, this is a fucking mistake. Like, are they going to implement the broken version? And But basically, Cam, 100% fucking unintentional. Anyone who argues that's real copium.
Hey, I got a follow up to that, but I just noticed, like, I'm reading chat, and I'm just a little confused on some of the conversations that are happening. But I forgot, as I'm reading chat, I am reading both YouTube and Twitch intermixed. And so, like, it looks like people are talking like in a normal chat, but I forgot, like, the people who are on YouTube don't see the people who are on Twitch and vice versa. So it's very confusing for me. And it probably makes a lot more sense for all of you all. And there's obviously less people because there's over 100 people watching, but not all of you, not many on YouTube, apparently. So I just needed to say that. It's very trippy because I'm reading your conversations as you're having conversations, and realizing some of you can't see the other people. So, like, you're in two separate rooms having different conversations and both watching us. How it goes. But anyway, so you've gone through all that, how you can make the most. Either it's making the most of Kam'lanaut or it's exploiting the bug. Either way, have people been able to do it? Because it does take some setup. It takes having some calls to be able to do it. You need to have the launches. You need to have the ice and chance. It doesn't seem like it's that hard, but in practice in the community, are people able to do it fairly easily?
Have you tried it? Did you have any issue with it?
I have not tried it. I have not used his FR. I do have his FR. I don't have his BT. I have 2 copies of his FR. I don't have all 4. I brought him to this fight to do the ice attack first turn, and then he left. So that's all. That's literally all I've used Cam for.
So I know BC wanted me to touch on this, and I do have to talk about it.
He's been bringing it up in chat like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Because I think how complicated it is very over exaggerated, and I'll get into that. Like, first, what the ideal setup is you need an ice enchant call.
Yeah.
Or no, just an ice enchant in the party, because you want to tick that 20% on ice hit. Then you want a turn manipulator. Some people say, like, Reigns, to get the whole party together for the launch. And then they say you need the paralysis setup, and they claim that that's maybe like Cam BT. And then they say you need, like, selfie for instant, like, unlimited launches. And then you need to, like, force time. So people are talking about perfect conditions. And so that's what they claim you need. And what that does is that'll get you 80% a turn. Here's the thing. If you don't do half of those things, you're still getting about 60% a turn. So, like, you're still doing 3/4 effectiveness.
Still
like,
better.
People really... Because, like, look, first of all, take out the ice enchant, you're missing 20% in attack. Like, that's not a big fucking deal. Like, it really, really isn't. The difference between 600 bonus and 800 bonus, by leaving out, because people are like, oh, I don't have Kura Call, I'm fucked, I can't do this strategy. You can still get 600 out of 800. Who gives a shit? No, you can get even more than that, because some of those turns will be Cam, who's automatically hitting ice. So let's be more fucking realistic. And then the paralyzed, people were saying, oh, well, you need Cam's BT because that's a that's an aura paralyze and it's too hard to set up a regular paralyze, you can easily bring a call for that. You can easily actually play well and have Cam paralyzed before going into the force time. It's not a big fucking deal. And then the launches as well, like people were like, oh, you need selfie, but we all know we have dedicated launchers like Reigns, and there's so many others with the debuff. Like, you don't need to be hitting an ice launch, full launch, every single fucking time. I've seen people fuck it up on stream and still get over 500 FR bonus easily, and that's way more than you can get with any other FR character right now. So I think the setup is greatly fucking exaggerated. You can do this half-assed blind, not knowing the strategy, and still get 400 to 500 bonus easy, I think. And what BC's been hinting at in chat is that people are saying it's not worth the effort because it's... Well, first, some people say, like, well, Braska, you also have to build around Braska, and he's doing whatever, right? Well, the difference is, like, these support... These guys, usually you have, like, a gauge builder like Pinello, right? They're like, oh, Pinello Ignis. They just have to spam a skill, and you shoot up by 50 in the bonus. Like, they can hit similar numbers to Cam. They're not First of all, these people are bad at math, and they're not factoring in that they're throwing their turn away to do this, right? Pinello's doing 0 damage to get the bonus up by 50%, whereas Cam is doing a full launch's worth of damage while doing 80%, and we all know how fucking broken launches are. They're breaking like over 1.5 million on their own. So it's Pinello doing 0 damage, raising it by 50%, or Cam doing 1.5 million while raising it by 80%. That's a terrible comparison. And the second thing that BC's saying is that there's an actual quote of saying that you have to do 4 times the work for Cam compared to Braska to get only twice as much damage. Again, the math is fucking horrible on that one, but
I don't think that's how math works. I don't. That's not how that works at all. That's not an equation. That's not 4 times.
The copium of Kam'lanaut FR is just so, like, I thought we've seen the worst of it when people say Garnet is just an aura bot. She's just there for HP cap up. And I still saw that recently from content creators who make videos saying that as recently as last week. But wow, this community really truly is the worst. But Mark, do you have any thoughts on this whole setup requirement?
No, it doesn't seem, again, as we've learned in the past, some things can be more difficult for other people, and that's okay. We all have different abilities and all have different capabilities, so that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, just to make sure that someone's ice enchanted and someone uses selfie. I mean, it's literally Kurasame, who you should have at this point if you've been playing the game. I think you get a free LD. Like, if you're a new player, you literally get a free LD, and that should be Kurasame. Selfie, Sid Reigns, an actual launcher in your party. I mean, like, you know, things we've encouraged you to pick up just for their cars. Or selfie. Free LD goes to selfie, right? No, that's pretty good, Theologica. But yeah, either way, I mean, great calls, obviously. That doesn't seem like a terrible amount of work. And it's going to get worse because now you can Machina. So that's going to be... I mean, you don't even have to bring Titus here in a little bit. You can just bring Machina, Cam Machina.
Sorry, that's the extra layer on the Cam FR cheese. The extra layer is people say also get a turn hogger, so the enemy can't act and you can just spam attacks, because then you can set it all up and have Machina or Titus go 10 times in a row, so you don't have to worry about any strategy. So I'm saying, like, yes, you can set it up to be dummy proof, but it also is just really fucking strong even if you don't do much setup at all. I think people really exaggerate how much you really need it to be strong.
He's good being used without the exploit. Like, he's arguably the best FR this month, regardless of the exploit. With the exploit, far and away the best FR in terms of ease of using the damage and everything else. But yeah, this is Kam'lanaut is a mistake. Glad you got here, Ian. Good to see you. Kam'lanaut is a mistake, and here we are.
The last thing I want to say is just that, like, this is also not as overpowered as a GL first. Like, I feel like all of our GL firsts were way stronger than this. I feel like the Cam quote unquote cheese to get past Shinryu fights still takes a lot more effort and isn't as destructive as Garnet first BT or Aranea or Core. Those characters, Aranea was like 3-shotting the hardest chaos.
Aranea dominated endgame content for a long time.
And you just had to hit buttons.
Beatrix dominated content for several months. Garnet obviously made a lot of content a lot easier. I agree with you. I don't think it's necessarily as broken as a GL first, but obviously unintendedly more broken than the other FRs we received this month. That will start to change as other FRs catch up to him, but for now, it is. I guess my question is it worth it? Do you have, like, is it fun? Do you have to do it? Like, I mean, would you suggest people pull for Cam just for that reason? Or what's your take on that?
I feel like...
Oh, Core. Thank you, Nina. Yeah.
I feel like this is a similar case to, like, Eateroth or Terra Young.
Eateroth is not fun. Like we've established that that's horrible.
So I'm saying, like, we've run across many combinations that are just really strong for a long time. There was Terra Young, and then there was, like, Tidus's cycle when he got his BT at first, BT plus at first, and he was just BT, right? Yeah, he got his BT, and he was just destroying face for a while. Yuna, blah blah blah. Like, we've always had these combinations. The question is, how many people actually enjoy running the free win stuff all the time? And there are people out there who are more outcome focused or want the prizes. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying that Eateroth was proven to be an instant win button for the longest time. But I think a very, very tiny percentage of the player base actually likes to Eateroth a lot. I think most people, like Mark, tried it like once or twice and said, okay, and then moved on.
It was horrible.
And I think a lot of people get bored of these tactics and move on. There's always going to be a small player base who loves the just win, and that's fine. And if that's the case, pull Cam. Yeah. But
hey, I've used Kane 4 events in a row. That's pretty impressive. I usually don't use characters that much. 4 events in a row I've used Kane with different characters every event, but still.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, this character exists. It is fine. How OP it is was blown up, I think. Obviously in JP they don't get GL first, but any GL player is already used to game-breaking characters.
Sure.
I don't think Cam breaks the game nearly as much as Garnet or Aranea or even, like, Saz 35, etc. Like, and then they adjust for him later. Like, a few months later, while he's still viable, he's not the only viable character. It's not like the GL firsts where this one character is flat out better than everybody.
You start to see a pretty quick uptick after Dash here. They start course correcting pretty quick. Yeah.
Right. And so it's perfectly fine to have this character in there, and I just think that most people will not be spamming this strategy. Like, it's a very effective strategy, but most players play for fun, and I don't think that this is fun for a lot of people for very long. And I say that because, once again, I'll point to Eateroth. I only know two people crazy enough to Eateroth every single event, and there might be more out there, but one is retired and the other is final ASIM. So, I mean, I don't know anyone else that is, like, eagerly Eaterothing or Terra Young. I don't know, man. So it's okay. I don't
nobody's
think
Terra Younging. I'm pretty sure that's. I think
this is a lot of doom posting. I don't think this is gonna kill the game like a lot of people think it is.
Well, if you want to learn more about Kam'lanaut, TonberryTroupe.com for that beautiful infographic. If you, we're going to talk about the fight here in a second, but checking out the podcast polls on Materia Bots and our Discord. Thanks, J.A, CEO of Modding. Little different than the Braska banner. On the Kane FRBT banner, 45 people pitying the BT straight up first banner. 45 people across 7 servers straight up pity the BT first banner, which I never suggest, but often do. 39 people pitying 100,000 K on the FR. 3 just going for his LD, I guess. Or maybe Kamari's LD. I don't know what you people are. Cater's LD. Cater's on this. 64 tickets like myself. I threw some tickets in there. And then 33 skipping. There you go. So thanks to all of you. Now we get to the fight. It is a 6 warrior fight, which means you get to bring 6 different characters and you can swap them in on their turn. You fight a dimensional Herschlian, which is the thing, and a dimensional raging tortoise. And they are friends, and they have a lot of HP, about 75 million each. The force gauge, when it ticks up, the boss force gauge, they get more attack. They become immune to delay at 80%, and at 100%, the Kirschlingen sneezes on you, and that sucks. It recovers from break, does a big attack, ignores brave damage mitigation, and enters the force time, which is big damage, increased damage, etc. The Kirschlingen uses the Thunderbolt Plus, and that's the recover from break, dispels all buffs on target, single target brave, plus HP attack, guaranteed hit. Obviously, the more damage you do, the higher their gauge increases. The Raging Tortoise gets into its shell and becomes more resistant to things. But it starts with an all attack, I believe, right? And if you don't use an ice attack, it becomes pretty damaging. So kind of the fight starts with you really need to do ice damage to the tortoise. And then after that, I didn't bring that. I literally brought Cam in and did 1 ice attack on the tortoise and switched Cam out. And that's all the ice damage I did the entire fight. Other than that, yeah, if the player uses a melee FR attack and enters force time, that of course pauses the FR gauge and all of its effects. So there you go. I brought Selfie to get that buff on. I brought Fran to get her buff on. I brought Kam'lanaut to do 1 ice attack, and then I brought Kane, Braska, and Kistis. And what did I do? I used Braska's FR because he's great. And Braska's FR, I'm sure I had Lulu and Ignis what do you call it? Calls up here. Yeah, I had Kais, I had Waka, Kate Sith calls, Lulu, Ignis, and Ragin calls, if you're wondering. But Kistis gets through their delay immune, so I delayed them to hell and launched them and did horrible fire damage. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. So, Mino, what did you think about this fight?
I think it was pretty straightforward, though I'll admit that I was playing with the cam cheese, so I'm not sure what the fight did other than lots of damage.
Yeah, big damage.
Yeah.
No whammies.
So I mean, like, honestly, it was encouraging no turns because you have Cam as the featured character with paralysis, and as you said, many people use Quistis. Same with Justel in our chat saying just Quistis delay and they never get a turn. Yeah. So I mean, like, as far as I can tell, they only had one of those threshold bars too. They just did big damage on their turns, and you were just trying to mitigate it and not give them a lot of turns. I could be completely wrong because I really just did try out the cam strat once for this fight and then called it. But to answer some questions, to make it clear, Jovial Rogers asking, the 6-man quests are not lockout, so you can use the same 6 people in all the future 6-man quests. Like the lockout, the interface looks like a lockout because it's shaped with Transcendence.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people think this is a lockout, so they're kind of stressing over.
Oh no, yeah, no, don't use whoever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw some people even saying, "Oh, don't use cam on the first one, save them for another one." There's no lockouts. You can use cam on every single 6-man. This is not lockout content, so you're perfectly safe to stop.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, I guess now I'm looking at the screen right now. I guess now that you say that, oh yeah, that kind of looks like lockout content. No, it's just nice little interface. Remember in JP they don't have the party use screen, right? They still don't have the party use screen in JP. So this is how they remember who they used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Urabrask the Hidden is saying, as a question for a newish player, who would you suggest to max out? I have Kane and Wall at max, save for their BT+.
Kane, 100%. Yeah, no, that's no question. Kane, 100%. If you have Warrior of Light, LD, great. Use his call. I don't think you're going to use him in the party a lot. Obviously, for older content, sure. There's a lot better tanks. Orin is available right now. There's going to be Gladio's coming back at some point. Kane. Kane's longevity, and Kane's super fun. Kane's much more fun than Warrior of Light. And I love Warrior Light. They're both favorite characters of mine. But, yeah, no. Kane's longevity, Kane's damage, off-turn damage, badassery. Kane's great. Invest in Kane.
General rule of thumb for newer players is...
Excuse me. Invest in Kane's BT. Get it green. You don't need his FR. If you have it, great. But you don't need his FR. You're probably not going to use his FR.
And I was going to say, just general advice for new players is whoever's the newer featured character, go for that.
Except Dash.
Yes.
Don't go for... He's purple. Yeah. Grimace. What the hell is going on with his weapon? Oh my god. What the hell is this thing?
That's a break blade, so it's made of rocks.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it looks like a McDonald's shake machine, so I guess that's appropriate. Grimace he always stole shakes. There's a lot of thievery in the McDonald's kingdom. A lot of thievery. Hamburglar stealing hamburgers, Grimace stealing shakes, Uncle Grimace stealing Shamrock shakes. Very, very tough.
Yeah, Desh is you want to talk about unfortunate timing. He came after Cam when they didn't know Cam was broken, so they didn't touch him. But Tidus, who comes right after, got last minute buffs to keep up with Cam.
Yeah.
So, and then everything after Tidus got emergency adjustments. So they literally buffed every single person after Cam except for Desk. He got fucked. And he's probably the worst character you can pull for now. People are going to say Fujin. My vote is Desk for worst FR. I'm going to make that early call. Holy shit, and you got the FR. Why? Oh, wait, no, you got the burst. Was this tickets?
No, that was the free pull. That was the free pull.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That was the free pull.
Jesus Christ.
That was the free pull. Hey, good players get the weapons. That's the motto. Good players get the weapons. I'm just gonna mark that down. I'm just gonna mark that down because I'm not pulling on this banner. Oh wow, that's nice. I needed that. I didn't have that. I needed that, man. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Appreciate the luck. We'll talk about Desh on Thursday. He's not good. So look forward to that conversation about him not being good. Hey, it's episode 200. If you got questions, folks, let us know. We'll try to read them in chat. Of course, you can super chat. You can become a member. You can sub and write your question in there. You can share questions on our Discord. I'm assuming you're done with Cam in this event, Mino.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to questions. Episode 200. We've been doing this for over 4 years now. 200 episodes officially of the podcast. There were some quasi episodes in there here and there. But yeah, let's get to did you see any questions in the podcast questions that you wanted to cover?
Yeah, let's just knock these out.
I love this weapon gloss. I think I have this one, this jeweled cutlass.
Yeah,
I got Machina in his alternate Austin with that. That's a great one for him. Yeah, we have a great question in Discord. Oh Lord, Soraya. Okay, well let's start in Discord.
Let's just go down the list since there's only like a handful of these. We can knock these all out. All right, so this question's for you, Mark.
Yes.
Final Ask Him says, "Hey, Mark, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Since Father's Day was just a few days ago, whoops, we got to this late. Here's my question.
Yeah.
Who are the best 3 Final Fantasy dads? And who are the worst 3 Final Fantasy dads? And why?
Yeah.
Same goes for moms. The best 3 and worst 3.
So
okay,
that's 12. That's 12.
Yeah, that's 12. That's 12 answers. So let's cut that down a bit. Okay, I'll show some mercy on you, Mark.
Okay.
Best dad, worst dad.
Okay.
Best mom, worst mom.
Best dad, Shadow. Best dad, Shadow, because if you're not good in the first place, it's hard to disappoint. Plus, he's awesome and he's a dog. Who doesn't like that absentee dad who has an awesome dog? So Shadow, best dad. Worst dad, I would say Cecil, Paladin Cecil. Worst dad, just like Goku. Yeah, just like this guy over here. I got my Goku collectors theme selection. Dragon Ball Z card game. There's Pokemon cards all over the floor. There's a lot of Pokemon cards around here. We're getting ready for a Pokemon party. Because I am the best dad in the world. Yeah. So Goku's the worst dad. Yeah, right. That's what I was going for. Yeah. So Goku's the worst dad. Shadow's the best dad. Worst mom. Terra. She left those kids. Like, come on. Can't just leave. They were kids. Can't just leave those kids. Best mom, Aranea. She's the best mommy. Aranea, best mommy. There you go.
Good answers. Good answers. All right. Mark, this next one's for you.
Yeah.
In asks, why was the GL first boss rush the best end to Lufania Plus as an era compared to the wet fart of King's event? Correct answers only.
Why was the boss rush the best end to Lufania? Yeah, that was the end of Lufania. Yeah. Yeah, the King event was just like it was garbage time. Yeah, it was just like garbage time, just playing it out, doing, hey, we forgot King. It was the best event because it was good. It was a good event. Fun. I don't know. Did King have an event? I don't remember.
It was Heretics, right?
Is King in this game? Well, yeah. If it was Heretics, I'd have to look back. If it was actually Heretics, those are bad in general. Oh no, it was a raid, which are similarly bad. So, yeah. That's a weird question. I don't know what that was getting at, but okay. Next question.
Next question. With FFRK just announcing end of service in global, how long do we think DeFo will go on? I think we already answered this question.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Was this not a direct thing? Well, just to recap really quick, JD Terraforce. I've said and I've been saying that if DeFo makes it to the 7th anniversary, I'll consider that very impressive.
That'd be good.
I'll be pleasantly surprised if it makes it to the 7th anniversary. I think Tree Void, who played the Kingdom Hearts Union game for a while, said that got a little over 6 years, and that was a pretty successful Squex.
Dragon Ball Legends is going 7th anniversary. I think Bleach Brave Souls is going 7th anniversary this year, just like this summer. Pokemon Go is 6 years, and they're doing their 6th anniversary this year. So there are some mobile games that are 6-7 years. There's not many that are beyond that. In terms of mobile games like this, mobile gacha games, there's not a lot that are longer than that, except for like Candy Crush, I guess. Minecraft, I guess. Been around for a long time.
Minecraft's not a mobile.
People play it on their phones, but yeah, no, I mean.
Wait, you can play Minecraft on your phone?
Oh, my kids play it on their phones, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. There's several different Fate Grand Order games, right?
Oh my god, everyone's confirming you can play Minecraft on your phone. How did I not know this? Okay. Let's see. Red Cane asks, do you think it's worthwhile to force enhance units that aren't specifically chargers and have either no FR or a bad FR? For example, Kane gets a 10% bonus, a damage bonus to Rising Dive and Lancet from Force Enhance 15, which seems okay. Just to simplify, do you think it's a waste to Force Enhance non-chargers with bad FRs?
So the question is, should I do 10 levels or 20 levels on certain characters and 30 levels on other characters? I've read and been in discussions about this, about like how to optimize your force shards and stones. I don't care. I'm going to go 30 or nothing.
That's how pretty much how I feel, except instead of 30 or nothing, 30 or 10, because 10 is free, right? You don't have to spend anything except for enhancement points. 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we got all kinds of enhancements points because we're rich.
But right, at this point in Defo, I feel like the only time you really, really, really had to make a decision not to max people is early EX plus, which we discussed a lot, because you couldn't even get enough to max a single EX in an event if you wanted to. It literally took 2 to 3 events to get it to max. The way modern Defo is designed now is if you complete an event, you can max a character. Period. That's it. That's done. I think BT pluses, that's still not true for, but for FRs, if you have a Mog Pass and you 100 the event, you can 30 a character flat. So I'm with Mark. I'm not going to try to lose sleep over this kind of bullshit. If I like a character, I'll max him. If not, I won't. I don't understand. Well, we're different personality types, I guess. But do you have anything to add to that, Mark?
Yeah, no, yeah. And we're not maxing out every character either. So, you know, I'll invest in the characters I use. And this month will probably be more because I did Kane, I did Braska because you made me. I did not you, Mino, but the community. I did Orin. He's a favorite. Kane and Orin are both favorites. I'll probably do Titus and Machina. I'll probably max them both. But I don't know. Moving forward, I don't know who I'm doing next month. Reno, maybe. Fujin, I guess if we do a sub campaign, I'll max Fujin. Why not? The only problem I have with Fujin is I don't have an ultimate thrown weapon. Makes me sad. Not using ultimate weapons.
Nah.
So, speaking of which, I got to trade in my greatsword for or no, maybe what should I do? But I say I have a greatsword, I have a special, and I have a magic wand or a staff. Huh. For the sword, probably do greatsword. Oh no, I have a spear. I have a spear. Wow, yeah, I have a spear, a special, and a staff. So I need to think about what I'm gonna. What am I gonna do to get that short sword? I also have extra. I have an I can exchange for another weapon and upgrade it. Next question.
All right, one more for Mark. This is from Final ASIM again. I don't understand this question. Oh wait, we have one from. Okay, I already read this. So Final ASIM says, "Who do you like more, 2B or A2, and why?" Thanks. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean.
Yeah, no, this is a Star Wars question, right? Do I like the B units more than the A units?
What are B units and what are A units?
Yeah, you know, A units, a subset of astromech droids. They're the astromech droids with the flat heads. And B units are the roly-poly droids, right? So
wait. So R2D2 is a B unit?
No, R2 is an R unit. He has the dome. R2 has a dome. R2 has a dome. A units have the flat top. They're astromech droids, they have the flat top. So, I mean, A units are OT, original trilogy. They have a real smooth looking look, right? I mean, you gotta love but I got a special place in my heart for BB-8, right? So I think I'll go for the B units. Good question.
I don't understand this question. What does this have to do with DeFi? I don't even.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Crossover event, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. All right. 2 more to go. One
Good
reality
question.
asks, now that we're in Shinryu era, where the HP damage can hit astronomical levels,
Yeah,
you guys remember every moment the HP cap for damage increased, in which eras and which banner units began each new HP cap changes? I have no fucking idea. One reality, I really want to help you here, but this seems like a better question for Food Tip.
Yeah, this is definitely a food tip. This is a
I
Nidre.
don't remember when HP caps were raised.
Yeah, this is definitely a food tip question. One reality, just at Nidre on Discord. He'll happily answer that question. I don't keep track of those kind of things at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't feel it. Like, you don't feel it. It doesn't. It's not intuitively like, oh, the damage cap has increased. Woo-hoo. Like it's not like it didn't. It wasn't this orgasmic experience of ecstasy. Oh, the damage cap. Yeah. So Zamboni Driver has a 17-part question. So did you want to read that?
Okay, I think this question isn't as complicated as it looks.
No. Just gives us some examples.
All right, so Zamboni Driver 104 asks, warning, this question is basically just asking for nitpicky complaints, but if you could realistically convince Squex to change, update, or eliminate a quest requirement/reward in the game, what would it be and why? And they said that their answer is, if they could change one thing, replace blue materials on chogo boards and replace RNG dependent quests like Cactar and Magic Pot missions, which is I actually like that a lot. He's saying, like, if we could do 10 crystal quests instead of hunt 3 Cactars or something.
Got it.
That's a pretty good change. Okay. So I think I gotta think a bit. But Mark, do you have any answers?
Yeah, I would get rid of tickets as rewards. I mean, they're just bulky. I just spent quite a few hundred. Because I just had to. I keep having to spend tickets. Because I keep getting 900, and you see, I just got lots of tickets, and I still have all my boards. So yeah, I think we just need to have no tickets as rewards or in the gem shops. Get rid of tickets. They need to be more limited resources. That would be good. And no chocobo boards that don't make me look for some stupid enemy that I don't know where it is or how to find it would be great.
I want to say most of the time the enemies they ask for.
But every once in a while, depending on the release of the boards or how the events come, every once in a while you come across one where if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. And you may miss out. So you do have to be careful.
Yeah, that's fair. To piggyback off of that, I agree. Can we get premium tickets? Can we convert our regular tickets into premium tickets? Because regular tickets are getting so bulky now, right? Like, we can convert our 1,000,000 gems into 200 NF tickets. Like, that's such...
What if... I got a great idea. Great idea, Joshua. Are you listening? What if we convert our regular tickets into a 100-pull ticket?
Yes, that's what I was saying. Can we like, squishing 1,000,000 gems into 200 tickets? It's so Marie Kondo, right? Like, really, the cleanliness is next to godliness thing. Like, I love to get rid of the clutter and turn that big number to a small number.
And how fun is the 100-pull animation?
Yeah, and
or 50, whatever. 50 pull.
So many fucking tickets. People are constantly capping tickets. If you do one divine board, you're more than halfway to the ticket cap. Like, you get like almost 600 tickets from divine boards, and you can only hold 999. Can we shrink tickets into even bigger tickets? Can I turn 500 tickets into one big 500 pull ticket? Thank you, Josh. Or, since you've shown that you can physically raise ticket caps, because NF tickets are now 9,999, can you raise regular ticket cap to like 999,999? That's something to think about. You can have that for free, Squex. We're doing your job for you.
Or leave the ticket cap the same and convert all the tickets to multi-pull tickets. So no more single tickets, like pennies. They're worthless. Single, like multi-draw tickets only.
Can I turn 10 tickets into an LD ticket?
Yes. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah,
right,
LDs aren't important.
You can have that for free, Squex, but that was piggybacking off of Mark's idea. So my own idea would be
could we get a ticket exchange shop? Like we could spend tickets to get like more force shards or more ultimate weapon cores or like high crystals because I don't want to run the dumb things because I'm out of regular crystals, right? And I got to get some people to level 90 and I'm too lazy to do that, or chocobo feathers. Yeah, so like a ticket exchange shop would be great.
And
we've been doing this for 200 episodes. We have good ideas. Good ideas. Good ideas. Man.
But to come up with my own answer, it's only fair that I have my own answer. Shout out to Coelho. Rest in peace. I don't know if he's still playing the game, but if I could remove one thing from the game, it would be free pulls on banners.
Yes.
Because I, as Mark said earlier, I used my BT tokens on Kam'lanaut's BT last week on the very first banner.
Oh, we got. Speaking of free multis, we got 2. I only did 1.
Yeah, and there we've got like 4 or 5 more free pulls coming at us in this cycle. And if I were to free pull Cam's BT, but what are the chances of anybody free pulling?
No, right. What are the chances of anybody
Cam's
pulling
BT?
a BT and a free pull?
That would just ruin my month. It would just ruin my 2022. So if we could just remove that for our good, for old school veteran and content creator Coelho, in honor Will of Coelho, I believe people call it. If we can just remove the free polls, that'd be my one choice.
Yeah.
All right. That's all we got through all the questions, Mark.
We got through all the questions. Thank you. If you have questions, jump on Discord. Let us know. Man, 200 episodes. Thank you, Mino. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the live stream, jumping on, having good times here. It's been great. You know, we do this not because of the great Manscaped money, which we haven't received yet. But I did look. It's not really sure where that's going.
Look at the money, Manscaped. Where is it? I don't understand. I thought this was sponsorship.
How that works, but haven't heard from them for a while. Jovial Roger, with the gift subs, man. Everybody, if you got a gift sub from Jovial or Jovial, as Mino said, make sure you thank them. Thank you. No, we do this because it's fun. We like hanging out and talking to each other. We love this game. Soraya the Ranger with the gift subs. Thank you very, very much. Oh man, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And this is all going towards the Fujin poll, right?
This is we're banking towards the Fujin poll.
And
100 subs to pull and max out Fujin. So we already got 10. So you got a few weeks. The 100, I'll put it in the notes. The 100 the what are we calling it? The 100 subs for Blue Gin campaign.
Blue Gin, so like you're gonna fully max.
Oh yeah, no. We're gonna FR. We're gonna Blue Gin. Yeah, we got 10 out of the 100. So there you go. It's gonna be a few weeks until she comes out, but there you go. Well, we're prepping for it. Prepping for Blue Gin. J.A got that free sub. Thanks. The CEO of modding appreciates that. Any suggestions to make her less mad? I don't know. I haven't looked that far ahead. Thoughts and prayers? I don't. Bring Kam'lanaut.
Bring Kam'lanaut.
I guess.
Hey, that's right. She launches, right? So
she launches.
She do it. Yeah, she launches.
Yeah, you can enchant her, I guess, but yeah. Well, Mino, any closing thoughts today as we close out too? We will be back on Thursday. We're not taking Thursday off. We'll bring you Dash and we'll talk about Titus as well. That launches. But any closing thoughts? Thank you all for kind of last minute stream today, but we had a great group of you and really appreciate all you hanging out. Thanks again, live stream, for sending folks over and ending so we could start. Mino, any closing thoughts?
It's been fun, Mark. I think as long as Mark wants to do this, I'm down to do this. It's just a good time. We just hop on and chat. I'm always surprised how great the community that we fostered at TCC is. You guys are far more helpful than either of us.
Oh yeah,
right. Like we're like never on Discord anymore. No, that's not true. Mark is never on Discord. I just troll people in general. Yeah, but there's so many of you that actually genuinely help people, guide the community. Bless you guys. I'm always actually surprised how wholesome some of you can be. And so TCC has been great, and I'm honestly surprised. You guys, I've seen some of you guys attending for years now. So thank you all. Thank you, Mark, and shout out to Somegi over at Livestream. I think Ross says that she's been taking a break lately.
Yeah.
For health reasons. So thoughts and prayers to Somegi for a quick recovery. We don't want Livestream to scare off another co-host at this rate. So let's all PM Somegi on Discord. Thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
All right. Well, this has been episode. This has been episode 200, recorded on July 18th, Monday, 2022. I'm your host, Mino. I'm with you. I'm your host, Mark. I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm Mark, and that was Mino. This has been sponsored by Manscaped.com. Maybe, I don't know, TCC Pod 20% off on your whole order, I hope. Appreciate all of you. Love you all. Good luck on your dash pulls. And we'll see you on Thursday. Good night, everybody. Oh, and we're in the post show. Hold on, let me jump down in the post show here. Pull you down. Welcome to the post show. Oh, that's funny. Hey, yeah, no, thank you all. I didn't know, Mino, if you were planning to stick around for a little bit, but
I could hang a bit.
Yeah,
sure.
If anybody's got non-defo related questions or wants to talk about anything else, or anybody else is online wants to jump in, we can hang out. I'm just updating the actual stuff. So, good morning. Oh yeah, Final Ace, and we're done. You got to get up for work it's Friday. Oh, it's Friday. Man, yeah, fun. I'm glad we were able to do this. Good. My normally Monday night is my Final Fantasy 14 night, and we were not able to do that. One of my best friends is on a very big case right now. Case, I guess you would say. He's a lawyer. Real serious kind of stuff, and so he's prepping for a grand jury, and so Mino's been joining us, and Mino said, hey, do you want to do the podcast tonight? And I'm like, I guess don't have any reason we couldn't. So there you go. So I'm glad we could do this. Yeah, we know what Nier is. We know what Nier is. We were just giving Final Ace a hard time.
I don't know who A2 is.
I couldn't tell you which one is which. I mean, I'm familiar with. I played the Nier mobile game. I know they're both ladies.
Oh yeah, you played the Nier mobile game. You should fucking know.
Yeah, I did. No, I know one of them is because the Nier mobile game had its own characters. They had like unique characters, like Brave Exvius, has its own characters. So it had its own characters too. So yeah, like one of them is a hot robot chick, and the other one's a hot robot chick, right? So yeah, the Steve Bannon trial.
I thought it was a girl with a blindfold.
Yeah,
and then a little boy.
Oh, is that one? There is one of those, right? In one of the games, right? But there's two. There's two ladies. There's two women.
Oh, I don't know. Those are the only two characters I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's more. Not S9S. They're saying is the boy. 9S. It's not little, but yeah, 9S. A2. Yeah, A2's later. She shows up later.
These are some dumb names, guys.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by Pokemon cards. Becoming a problem. It's not good. I've been out of the card I love card collecting, man. I love collecting cards, and it's not good. Like I did not have parents that were into card collecting. It's not good. And I've been out of it for a while because I haven't played anything or done anything. But yeah, it's not good. I don't even know how many packs of the Pokemon Ghosts that I've opened. Over 100. Whew. Now we're getting some Dragon Ball Z. Shout out to Joe Wags, our friend Joe. Joe not only is a huge card collector, he's like big into like grading cards, and oh yeah, like he's like big into it. So I gotta talk to him. That's the next podcast, the trading card podcast. How much is a Gen 1? So okay, now base set 1. So base set first edition, excuse me, let me put it that way. There was I think there were some reprints. So first edition, base set, first edition, holographic Charizard. PSA 10, Beckett 10, graded card. 250,000, easy. Yeah, 250,000 easy. If you had a black label, Beckett black label, I don't think that one exists. You're probably talking $1 million. That someone would pay. Yeah. Let me give you a sense. So, let me give you a sense of how crazy this is. Well, let me show you this here. So the latest set.
Are you showing something?
Yeah.
You have no camera. Oh, okay,
No, I turned my camera. The latest set is Pokemon Go themed. So this is one of the cards. It is not one of the rarest cards. It's not a secret rare. It's not a rainbow rare. It's not a gold rare. It's in the reverse holo slot. It is a Radiant Charizard. There are 3 Radiant cards in the set: Radiant Charizard, Radiant Blastoise, Radiant Venusaur. They are the shinies for Pokemon Go, or the shinies in the game. So I am selling this Radiant Charizard. It is not a particularly uncommon card. This is an extra that I pulled. It is not the chasest of the card, but because it is a Charizard and it's shiny, it's a great looking card. And the black Charizard is freaking awesome. I have my good camera up to show you, but I'll probably get $50 for this card. Just came out. This is the active subset. The first, these are on eBay right now if you want to bid. This gold Mewtwo is an extra too that I'm selling. I'll probably get 50 for him as well. So the boys and I bought a box because if you're doing it with kids, the best way to do it, I really do believe, you buy a booster box, because if you buy a pack at the store, it's $5. If you buy a booster box, it's under $3 a pack. And then if you buy a booster box, you're guaranteed the secret rares, the ultra rares, and we all open packs. We set out all the rares, and then we just take turns one at a time picking. Then everybody gets something. It's worked out really well. We're actually having a party. I got 2 sealed booster boxes here, and I made binders for all the kids that have cards in them and stuff like that. So we're having a Pokemon card party, and we'll do trading and stuff. But because I am the best dad ever. But so we bought 2 sets ago. So Astral Radiance is the current set. Pokemon Go is like a subset. And then the set before that was Brilliant Stars. Great set. The very first box, the boys and I, it's 36 packs. We pulled a Rainbow Charizard. So it was a rainbow version of Charizard from that set. I'm like, boys, one of you can take this card and you'll probably lose it or whatever. Or we can try to sell it on eBay and use the money we get to buy more cards. So I sold that card, that one card, because it's a Charizard. Brand new. The active set. This isn't a 40-year-old card. This is brand new. Current set you could get in stores. I sold that for enough to pay for that box and an additional booster box. Over $200 for that one card. Over $200. Yeah. Hey, Zamboni Driver, thank you for the cheers. So yeah, a few years ago, one of the big YouTubers really got into Pokemon cards, and so the prices have blown up. And there's tons of nostalgia for it, obviously. And people, there are YouTubers that just open vintage cards and they have million subs. We watch a couple, Leon Hart and PokeRev. They both have more than 1 million subs and get tons of thousands of views. And all they do is open Pokemon cards, and they open vintage sets, and it's huge. I mean, it's huge. And it's funny because I never played Pokemon growing up. Because I didn't have a Game Boy, so I never played the game. And the card game I played because, like I said, I loved card games. I played Magic, I played Highlander, I pretty much played every. I played the old, Wizards of the Coast game, the old Spellfire game, the D&D game, Battlestar Galactica, Babylon 5 had a game. There are all kinds of card games back then. But by the time Pokemon came out, I was like graduating high school, so that was like the game the little kids played. So I never collected it. I never played it. But now my boys are into it, and we don't really play. We play every once in a while, but it's more about collecting, and that's fun. It's easier to collect because Pokemon is New Stranger of Paradise. Mino, you've played Stranger of Paradise, right?
Yeah, you said you're gonna do that after FF14?
Yeah, we were talking about doing that, because you can co-op that, right?
Yeah, but I think it might be a frustrating game.
Yeah?
We'll see. But if you do it, I'm down to watch. But I was just wondering if you were sure, because I remember you did the Resident Evil stream, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I play these games for fun. I'm not a very Twitch gamer." And Stranger's Paradise is pretty action oriented.
No, I used to play, Devil May Cry and those kind of games. So
okay.
I don't generally like to do it because my hands get awful, but I have pretty bad tendonitis. But yeah, we might give it a try. I think Ryan's played it, so
okay, that's cool. And so you guys are just gonna finish Endwalker and stop there?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll do other raid content or anything. So, Drez says, "Where do you buy your booster boxes?" So we hunt around. I go to the stores, and you can pretty much get Pokemon stores and everything. But we have a company around here called Baseball Card King, and it's a chain. I don't know if it's a chain, but it's a baseball card shop that there's a couple near us. You have to drive a little bit to get to them. And so they do sell booster boxes, and they sell them at really good prices. If I'm pre-ordering stuff, I go to collectorscash.com. Collector's Cash, and they do pretty good prices on pre-ordered stuff. So that's where I get my booster boxes. We sometimes store hunt. The Pokemon Go set doesn't come in booster boxes. You have to buy all these like sealed sets and boxes, and so that was literally, I bought all of that. Either I pre-ordered one set of each, and then I found some other stuff and just GameStop, Target, Meyer, Walmart, Walgreens, Best Buy, all sell. Yeah, TCG Player, that's where I look for the, like if I'm going to buy singles, I'll probably go to TCG Player. Troll and Toad is a good place to buy singles too. But yeah, Collector's Cash is I've had good success with them. You can buy them on Amazon. If you hate life, I guess. No, but yeah, you can buy booster boxes on Amazon of Pokemon cards. But yeah, definitely, like, if you're really, like, thinking about, like, getting into, especially with your kids, or even if by yourself, buying packs at the store, like at Walgreens, like, oh no, like, it's not a good use of your money. Because you're spending $5, $5 or more a pack, as opposed to, like, $3 or less. Yeah, I mean, you can usually get, like, I got, what do I got here? They're not the best sets, because the boys didn't want to buy the better sets. I got a box of, where the hell are they? They're somewhere. Oh yeah, I got a box of Battle Styles and a box of Chilling Reign. And sealed wrap booster boxes, and each of those, I bought them from the Baseball Card King. Each of those was under $100. Those are older sets. Now, they don't have the bigger chase cards in them. Oh yeah, Jovial Roger. Yeah, you do have to be careful for resealed product, especially if you're buying from second. Yeah, resealed, man. Oh, that's PokeRev opened recently one of each pack ever printed from Pokemon, from base set until Pokemon Go, and there was a couple that he got from somebody that he didn't know real well, and yeah, they were resealed packs, which that really sucks. Yeah, if people can make money, they'll mystery boxes, like Walmart and Walgreens will do like these like mystery boxes with vintage packs, and they'll be like $20 for 3 packs. Because you might, quote unquote, get a like vintage pack, and they have things on the cover that are like Base Set 1 and Fossil and Team Rocket, and it's like, 3 Fusion Strikes, which are, garbage packs. Not a great set. Don't buy Fusion Strike. Don't buy Fusion Strike. Don't buy Fusion. But go on eBay and bid on my... The hilarious thing is these... Where's my camera? The hilarious thing is you in the Pokemon Go set, which I really like. The Pokemon Go set's really nice. I like Pokemon Go, but it's got a lot of the starters, the main things, Dragonites, Mewtwo's. It's just a really cool looking set. But the funny thing about this is they have these in the reverse holo slot. They have these 3. I have all 3 of them here, I think. Yeah, you got these 3 cards: the Bidoof, the Spinarak, and the Numel. That they're just reverse holo commons, but they have a little thing on the bottom of them. This camera's not good at this. It's a Ditto, and so this card, you peel off, and it's a Ditto underneath, and it's a new thing for this set. These dumb little things, I got a couple of them going for over $10 on eBay now. These cards I'm selling. Normally, these would be worth nothing, a cent. Like, you wouldn't sell reverse holo commons, but people are buying these up like crazy. I've got a full set and an extra one that I turned into a Ditto. So, yeah. I love selling stuff on eBay. That's fun for me. I don't know.
Sounds like such a hassle. I don't know if you've sold anything other than cards, but don't you have to do all the packaging and shipping?
Yeah.
Especially for the big stuff, you gotta take to the postal centers.
No, yeah. So I have I have little bubble sleeves, and I put everything in a sleeve and then a hard sleeve, and you put it between a couple pieces of cardboard, and yeah, I got a whole setup for how I do it, and I take it to the post office and send them. Oh, it's a fun thing. I mean, it's not. I'm not doing like It's not a business, so like, it's just every once in a while, you sell some extra cards and stock up your eBay fund and spend a few $100 on a party, and there you go. Yeah. Something to do with the kids. I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on baseball stuff here pretty soon. So.
Are you gonna get kids into gacha too?
No. they play Pokemon. We all play Pokemon Go. Everybody in the family plays Pokemon Go. But yeah, they're not into gacha yet. That's not. Oh, I mean, this is collecting cards is gacha, right? I mean, it's like it is gacha. I mean, you're literally buying a pack of cards. On Braska, I've been playing Magic since Revised. So, yeah, I've been playing Magic. I do have I have this really cool thing I bought a few years back that I've used with the boys. I think I can reach it. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It came out a few years ago called Game Night, and it actually has, it's Magic, because I do like Magic, and it has 5 color-themed precons. And they're all single color precons, and that's a lot of fun because we can play with those, and it's not like my decks. I have decks that were like tournament decks and stuff because I played competitively, and yeah. So I do have one card I want to get graded here. If you are a Magic person. It's not in great condition. I do play Commander. But yeah, I have, I don't know if you can see that. I have a revised Underground Sea that I've had. My brother got me this. That I've had for, probably since the mid-90s. Beautiful card. Yeah, no, I have one Commander deck. I know some people play... All right, there we go. Some people play very. Oh yeah, no. I sold the dual land for. I sold a. Which one was it? Tundra. I sold. It was not even in great condition. I sold for $500, $600. Yeah, recently. Yeah, no, I could probably get $750, $800. If I get it graded and I could get it 8 or 9, yeah, it would be more like 1,000. Yeah. I don't think it is. I think it's more like a 7. So, but yeah, 750 probably if I sold that. Like that would actually happen. Like I would actually get that amount of money. Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, people use in the competitive Commander, yeah, people use the dual lands, right? A lot. I do not. I just have a foil vampire deck, Commander deck. Yeah. 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 No, but I haven't played around. I mean, I've lived out where there's not a lot of people doing that kind of stuff in the last chunk of my life, so not played a lot of Magic except with friends here and there, and I've never gotten into the online card games, like online versions of those things. I don't think I would do that. Too old. I'm too old to learn new things. Too old to learn new things. Well, hey, it's 10 o'clock and probably a good time to head out. Mino, anything else?
No, I'm good, Mark.
All right, thanks for everybody sticking around, and we'll see you all on Thursday night for episode 201. Thank you much. Good night.